So we can start from the beginning. How did the two of you meet?
Which time?
We met early. She was 4 years old.
Yeah.
I was 7, and anyway, there was this little girl in a blue pinafore, and she was crying because her grandfather was whipping a oxen in the parade, and I was standing behind her. So that's the first time we met.
But I didn't realize that he was there until many, many, many years later, when I was talking about this parade and my great-grandfather, how I was so upset that he was poking these oxen. And he said to me, "You had a blue pinafore dress on, you were standing on such and such a corner crying." I looked at him, I said, how did you know that? And he said, "Because I was right behind you." So we met way back then, actually. And then I was a nurse's aide in a small hospital. He worked in the kitchen on weekends, and a couple nights a week he was in college. And that's where we met, was in the hospital. Well, it was called Community Hospital in Geneva, Illinois. And it's gone now, but that's where we originally met. Well, he brought food trays up from the kitchen, and then he would pull them out, and I would take them to the patient, and then another nurse's aide was right behind me. And one of the ladies said to me, "Well, you've met Kurt, right?" I said, "Yes." And she says, "Really a nice guy, Donna." I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, you know, he just broke up with another nurse's aide here." I said, "Oh, who was that?" "Well, she named her, and she was not my best friend." I mean, we had a dislike for each other since the time we were like 4. So I said, "Oh, well, if he dates that type of a girl, I don't want anything to do with him." So a short time later, he asked me to go to the movies. And I thought, well, why not? So I did, and that was it. Well, it was, as far as I was concerned, it was love at first sight. I knew that he was the man for me.
Yep. Made a good couple.
And so we were married just a little over a year later after our first date. And here we are now. And our lives were intertwined. My grandfather had the last horse-drawn milk wagon in Aurora, Illinois. And he went to school in Aurora, and my grandfather delivered milk to his school, so he knew him. So there's just been all kinds of little links that have linked us. Marriage isn't easy. It's a labor of love. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You never back off, you never quit. You commit to it, and there are times when you may think that you need to walk away from it, but you've got to fight for it, and it's got to be for your best friend first, because after all is said and done, you've got to be friends, and of course loving each other, but friendship is very important. He is my best friend.
I knew mine.